Hello. Coming to you again from my bedroom. Get this lighting right. Should I turn the light off behind me? No, is that better or worse? I don't know. I think it's worse. Is that okay? So, my computer downstairs, I noticed when I made my video this morning that the first part cut off. Like it didn't start at the very beginning. And the same thing for the end. So I don't know what the heck is wrong with that computer downstairs. So I'm gonna have to start making videos on my laptop, whether it's up here or downstairs, but we're gonna have to get that fixed. The most expensive computer in the house, messing up. It's crazy. Yeah, so I need to find out who is that in here. Karen, is that you in here? I need to find out how to mod people. Okay, I'm not sure how to do that. I'm gonna have to figure that out. All right. So the title of this is Talking to Walls. Let me turn this off. I'm looking at Real Housewives of Potomac. Talking to walls. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? We've all talked to walls before. Okay, really? You're talking to somebody, you might be having an argument. It's like talking to a wall. Okay. And what does that mean? What does that mean? It means like whatever you're saying doesn't seem to be getting through. Okay. Because the response you're getting is like you can't understand what I'm saying or something like that, right? Because if you did, then I would be getting a different response. Okay. Now that happens a lot. And I know it happens to me. I know it happens to you. You know, you're talking to somebody and you feel like something just isn't getting through. Okay. And that's because it probably isn't. Okay. It probably isn't getting through. Now, it could be getting through and they're just ignoring it and they don't want to acknowledge that, yes, I understand what you're saying, but sometimes it's literally not getting through. Okay. And that's for a very good reason. All right. So I told y'all earlier today that I was reading this book right here, Liminal Thinking. Okay. It's really good. So he talks about, his name is Dave Gray, and he talks about it in this book. He doesn't call it Talking the Walls. That's just what I'm calling it. But he gives a demonstration of what happens to everybody. I'm going to show you a picture. Okay. This is the picture that he draws about that. Can you see that? Can you see that bubble? So what he says is that everybody is in that bubble. We all have our own bubbles. Okay. And we talk about this in learning too. When you're creating a learning event or training or whatever, think about any training you've been to. Okay. What happens is you already have a way of thinking. You already have certain beliefs and assumptions in place. You already have that. All of us do. Okay. Now, your mind is built for speed, not for accuracy. And it's not going to spend any energy on something that your belief system or assumptions or whatever don't support. It's going to kick it out before you're even conscious of it. I've talked about this before. Okay. Now, even if it does come in, you still have some barriers to get through. Now, it has to have some kind of meaning for you. Okay. Okay. It got through. It's close enough to what I already think and believe that I'm going to let it come through. So it got through. All right. Now, okay. Does it really mean anything right now? And if it doesn't, it's out of there. It's out of there. Because the layer that you're trying to get to when you're talking to somebody, whether it's in day-to-day conversation or, you're in a class, you're an instructor, facilitator, whatever the deal is, the layer you're trying to get to is the value layer. Okay. You want what you're saying to be valued in some kind of way by the listener. Okay, or the person you're communicating with. If it doesn't get to that value layer, and that means I see a use for what you're telling me right now. Okay. I see what you're telling me right now meets some kind of need or want that I have. Okay. Now I see value in it. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to use it or do whatever. Okay. Think about a secret that you have. Everybody has secrets, stuff they don't want nobody to know. Okay. Everybody does. Everybody. Think about a secret you have right now. Okay. Now, if that secret were to get out, okay, or if you would call somebody on the phone, call your best friend, your mom, your brother, whoever, okay, and say, listen, I have a secret that I haven't told anybody, and I really want to get this off of my chest. The antenna gonna go up. You're gonna get attention. What? You got it, and you ain't told nobody. Okay. Now you're priming by saying I have a secret. You're priming the person to give attention to what you're saying. Okay. Now they're ready. They're ready. Okay. So now you just come forth with the thing. All right. And now depending on what it is, they may be like, girl, that ain't nothing or whatever. Depending on how juicy it is, that may be something that they now value. Right. Because you've just given them information that nobody else has. And now, because what you've done is you've now given them some kind of control as well, because now they know that secret you have. So it's reached that value level. Okay. Now what I know has value for me. And this may even be, you don't even have to tell them. Maybe they find out from somebody else. Okay. And now this information that they have has value, which means I can use it for something. Okay. Listen, I watch almost all the housewives, the basketball wives, all that stuff, right? When people hear something that you tried to keep secret, okay, and they get that's like currency. It's like money. It's like money. You want what you tell people. If you don't want to talk to walls, okay, if you don't want to feel like you're talking to walls, then what you say has to be like money. Okay, so that the person will actually value what you say and then go out and use it. That's what we try to do all the time in training. Okay. How do I do that here? That's what we try to do all the time. We want what we tell people to have value for them. And this is why training is not about any kind of learning, any kind of conversation you're having with somebody in your house, on the street, in the grocery store, whatever. Many times it's not about you just vomiting up everything you know about something. Okay. Because what that is, that's me. If I'm doing that, okay, that's me just trying to get recognition for the fact that I know a whole bunch of stuff. That's not about the other person finding value in that thing. Okay. And this is why it's so difficult for parents, instructors, preachers, anybody with some kind of level of authority to actually hear and take feedback. Okay. Because you feel like, because I know it, you have to listen to me. You have to value what I say. I need my orange juice. My throat's acting up. You have to value what I say. And that's not true. Okay. Now, sometimes people do. And the thing, unfortunately, this is very unfortunate, but the thing that gets people to listen and value what many authority figures say is fear. Okay, that's like the grease that oils that machine. Fear is like that. Okay, so that whatever you say will just slide right in there. Okay, because they're scared. You're an authority figure. You said this or else. And that's how they're able to listen and do what you say. But the minute you're gone, or the minute they're out of the house, or whatever, that stuff is going to change. They're going to do what they really want to do, which is not what you told them to do. It's not what you told them to do. So I had a conversation today with one of the instructors for the class on Saturday. And I was like, listen, this is not about, now these are kids, 6th to 12th grade. Okay. And we're used to lording it over children. Like we're used to that. Okay. Now, luckily, this instructor is a little younger. He's in his very early 20s. So he's just, some of the kids in there are high school. So he's not too far away, from them. So he should have an easier time of it. But at the same time, it's not about being in there telling people what to do. I don't know how many times I have to tell grown ass people, it is not about going into a classroom and just telling people what to do. And when they do it, you put a check. Yes, I'm doing a wonderful job. No, you're not. Okay. In a learning environment, it's about people learning. And again, what they learn is none of your damn business. Okay. Your business is what you learn. Okay. Your business is to share, not telling them, or else you're going to get an F or whatever. You don't do what I say. No, that's not what it is. It's creating an environment for them to feel safe enough to learn. And learning requires failure. It requires some developmental errors, right? So you have to be able to create an environment that allows them to get the information that's valuable to them. I know what I need. Okay. When I'm doing something downstairs in the kitchen, if I'm trying to cook, something and I don't know how to do it, I go to all recipes and I look it up. Okay. And I'm valuing that information because it's useful for me in that moment. Okay. It's useful for me. There's a lot of stuff that we do in class, in training, that stuff is not immediately useful. We're just doing it because somebody said we had to, and we doing everything we can to get the hell up out of there so we can go do what we really want to do, or what we really feel like we're getting paid to do. Don't nobody want to sit up in there, especially mandatory and required training. We have to do that IT certification stuff every year. Listen, like I promise that most of the people are doing that because if we don't do it, they shut our computers down. We're not doing it because we're trying to be safe with IT and not get hacked and all. We don't know. I'm doing that stuff because you said, Cheryl, if you don't get it done by this day, your computer gonna get shut down. So I'm like, anybody got the answers? Now I'm telling you this, okay? I'm a curriculum designer, evaluator. I create the stuff, okay? Not that stuff, because that stuff is terrible. But I'm saying, like, I'm no different from anybody else. I don't want to sit in no boring ass training or whatever the hell, I'm only doing it because I have to. We don't want people in front of us because they have to be. Can you imagine being in a relationship with somebody and they just there because they feel like they have to be? What kind of relationship is that? Seriously. A miserable one, let me tell you. It's miserable. We want to avoid creating a miserable environment, an environment full of misery for the people that we're teaching and we're training. We don't want to do that. We want people to want to be there. And they want to be there because they see, oh man, getting this information, doing these various things is like money. It's like money. I can actually use this for something. Me going to all recipes when I'm trying to make something, that's like money. It's currency. Information, knowledge, that's like currency, okay? Having somebody's secret, that you don't like, and you just found this out, that's currency, isn't it? Yes, it is. And that's the whole thing, right? But in order to do that, in order to have what you're saying, have what you're doing, the training you're creating, be like money, you have to do some work. You have to do some investigation, okay? And okay. And that's where this book comes in right here. A lot of this book comes in. I just got it yesterday. I'm reading it voraciously. I already know about it because I said I use it in my presentation, but I normally get my stuff on Audible. And, when you play Audible, I play it while I'm driving or doing other stuff. So I wanted the hard copy so that I could just, stop and highlight stuff and all of that, because I really like it. And I even emailed the author, right, to tell him how much I liked it and how I'm using it in the work that I do right now. Okay. Hold on. Somebody sent me a text message. Check my spam. Hold on. What's in here? It's not in here. Oh, it is. It's right here. Huh. Okay. Let me email this or text it to him. It went to my spam. It doesn't trust the email he sent it to, so I need to send it to him and let him know. I can't trust. I ain't opening that. I can't trust that. My computer told me not to trust you. Sure. All right, I did it. How you send this? Okay, did it send? All right. Okay, yeah. So I'm reading the book. I'm getting a lot of good stuff out of it, and it's really simple. Like I'm reading the book, but what he's talking about is not rocket science. It's not. It's not rocket science. So many for those of you with children, okay, nieces, nephews, you know how it feels, when you're trying to say something and it's like you're talking to a wall, right? I listen. I hear it. I know it. Even adults now. And even when some people are addressing me and I ain't trying to hear it, I'm just not trying to hear some stuff, you know? I'm not. So I don't value what I hear. And let me tell you what happens when that happens, though. Imagine somebody handing you $1,000 and you don't take it. You don't take it for whatever reason. You don't take it. Okay. What are the implications of that? That means you can't use it. Okay. Is that rocket science? If you don't take the money, you can't spend it. That's pretty simple, isn't it? Okay. So when the same thing with information, okay, when somebody is handing you information and you know that it's valuable, you know that you really need to listen. You know this. I know this. But for whatever reason, because I'm stubborn, because I don't like that it's coming from this person, or whatever the reason, I don't take it. I don't value what they're saying. Now, which means I can't use it, right? Now, I have been told numerous times, I've been given some good information, good intel, good knowledge, all that stuff, right? But Cheryl wanted to do what the hell Cheryl wanted to do. All right. And I didn't take it. Now, we've all done that. We have all done that, and things either turned out well or they didn't. I know many times for me, it just didn't. And it wasn't just that so the thing is, right? The person can provide the information, and it doesn't have to be a person, right? Even you can see that something is a certain way. Okay. In your own mind, you're adding one and one and putting puzzles together and all that stuff. And you see a picture, which is information. You have it. Okay. You're forming it yourself, but you ignore it. I ignore it. I still don't do what my mind is telling me to do. Right. And I don't spend it. I don't take it. So I don't have it to spend. So I ended up in some horrible situations. I mean, just Lord have mercy. It's terrible situation. But I said, if it wasn't my last video, it was the one before that. Some things are not my fault. Okay. Some things are. Whether it is my fault or it isn't. It's always 100% of the time. It's always my responsibility to go ahead and change that thing if I want to. Okay. Because I'm the only one who can do that. And just because somebody is giving you information, just because we're going to be in these classes on these Saturdays, and then in some schools at the beginning of the year. Just because you are actually providing somebody information, just because somebody is providing information to you, okay? Like I said at the beginning of this video, what you learn, what I learn, ain't none of their damn business. It's not. It's mine. My business is what I learn, okay? And what I choose to see and give meaning to and value and use, okay? That's my business, okay? And your business is to do that for you in whatever situation you're in. And just like I said, how you can only do that. You cannot go into well, you can, but if you really want to see some change, you have to go into a teacher-student relationship, seeing yourself as equals. Now, how can I see myself as an equal with a sixth grader or seventh grader or whatever they are? Okay, you can. You're both learners. That's how you see yourself as equals. You're both learners, both of you. Are you done learning? Are you finished? Are you all through? Have you learned everything? No, you haven't. So even in that position, when you're up in front of somebody, and I've learned this myself, listen, I practice what I preach, okay? So when I go in front of people and I do this stuff, I know I'm a learner just like they are. Paul, what's up? Paul, what you want? Okay. So, I realize that you can be on the same level as a sixth grader. You are on the same level as a sixth grader. Okay. It don't matter how old you are, and they're on the same level as you, right? Don't you feel like that's a better that's an easier road, right? Now that don't mean you know less. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay. It's just like I was talking about in my video this morning. If you are going to be able to get through to somebody, you cannot go to them with an attitude that you're better. Okay? Now, I have mentors. One in particular, okay, that I've been corresponding with over email. Now, he's a man. He's been he's much older than me. Well, I don't know, much older than me, like 25 years or something like that. He is much more learned than me. Okay. He has PhDs and he has been all over the place. I don't know, internationally, all that stuff. Okay. I see that. And I'm not taking that away from him, as my mentor. That's why the hell I went to him as a mentor, because he does have all this experience and, he knows the ropes and all of this stuff, that's why I go there, but at the same time, it's a dual thing. I'm his mentor. So he's learning as much from me as I'm learning from him. Okay. It's a reciprocal type thing. It's got to be the same way in the classroom or in any learning environment. There has to be reciprocity there. Okay. If things are really going to be useful and meaningful and valued by everybody involved. Okay. Do y'all get, I hope I'm making sense here. All right. That just has to happen. And liminal thinking helps that to happen. It helps us to break down those artificial barriers that we have. When you walk into a room with somebody, you may feel intimidated or they may feel intimidated by you. When I told my son, when I talked to him, after I posted that picture that I took with Oprah, he said, "Oh, so you took a picture with Oprah?" I said, "No." I said, "I did. Yeah, I did. But Oprah also took a picture with me." Okay. She also took a picture with me. Now, I don't know if she went back and was like, "Y'all, I took a picture with Cheryl Abram." But it's true. Yes, I took a picture with Oprah, but Oprah Winfrey took a picture with me as well. Okay. And you see, so not just for the instructor to see that, okay, that we have something in common, but communicate that to the students. I mean, they're still in the student role, okay? They're still in a learning role. You know, nobody's taking that away or denying that or anything, okay? But there's another thing that's going on. It's just like a coach on a team. Think of a football team or a baseball team or soccer or whatever. Yes, he's the or she is the coach, but they're also part of the team. They're not out there kicking balls and stuff, okay? But they're also part of the team. It's like that dual thing going on. Yes, you're the coach, but you're also part of the team. Okay? You have a very significant role, but you're also just part of the team. There's no I. How would that say? There's no I in team. Exactly. Right? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, Lord, I need some orange juice. My throat is killing me. I don't know why, though. I know why. I think I caught it from my boyfriend. But I'm gonna go take some stuff. All right. I think that's all I have today. I have to try to get this computer fixed. This is crazy. And I know what it is. Daniel, my little one, is playing Roblox on that thing. I told him not to do that. But I think I can't prove it. I don't see but I suspect some kind of way he's still getting on Roblox. Or it may not be that at all. I don't know. Something just may be wrong with that damn computer. So y'all gonna see me on my well, now that I'm on my laptop, that means I can take you anywhere and do a video, which is what I'm gonna do. Ooh. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. I need to go get some orange juice. Have a good night.